Right, markets just closed Thursday. I love it. I love the close, especially the close, and the close is really what matters if you're looking for the long-term move, which is what you should be doing when you're in the metals, because this is so far like a 1 year wonderful move, and I think there's another 1, 2, 3, 5 years in it or something like that. Gold closed at high of day. This is the little handle, looks really set to test this 2,550, 60, a close above 2,560 for sure. It just takes us straight through 4,600 and then onto any number you want. I think NFP tomorrow, right? That would be a good catalyst. It's also a weekly candle close. I think it's gonna go up, right? I think if it goes down, it kind of bounces anyway. I don't think an NFP number is going to change the trajectory of this because we're going up for fundamental macro, monetary, fiscal, even geopolitical reasons, and some basically fake NFP numbers not going to change that. We know that the Fed's going to do what it's going to do, regardless of this number for sure. So gold, I like it. Silver, not as good as gold, but I don't think it matters. Hit this nice medium term ascending support. So that's nice. Closed okay, right? Nice bounce off the lows. Basically, gold's going to break out before silver, and silver's already gone wild. Silver's outperformed gold for a while since taking out really 55 here. It's just run. So I think gold's going to take the baton and be in charge for a couple of trading days before silver follows and basically runs to 100, right? So gold will take out this 4,560. Silver will start inching towards 82 or something. Maybe, yeah, at least in the 80s. Then it's the sort of 83 to 84, bit of resistance for 1 or 2 days. Then boom, close above 84, and then straight to 90, then 100, and then it gets absolutely ridiculous. That's best case scenario, and I think it's going to happen. So gold leading the way, silver ready to re-lead later. What I really like about the last 2 or 3 days is the miners. The miners are finally outperforming. I mean, especially if you look at silver, silver versus SILJ. Let's just go straight to that. Actually, sorry, it should be the other way around, right? So SILJ versus silver, for example, absolute rock bottom, like long-term rock bottom. What the hell are we doing over there in the bull market? Well, because people were just in silver like maniacs, and now it's time for the miners to at least go back up on a relative basis. So I think we're going to go whatever up here, up. And that's what you're seeing recently. So let's take a look at, go on, first is GDX, which is not even a silver mining index. But look at this. It's always the same, like open at low of day, close at high of day, open at low of day, went a bit down. It was a crazy drop. Close at high of day, it's all about the close. Today, open at low of day, close, and actually green taken out yesterday. I love it. So imagine gold and silver go up tomorrow, boom, straight through GDX. That's GDX. That's the big senior gold stocks. And gold looks ready to lead the way also. So gold and GDX look very nice. Very nice. Seriously, very nice. GDXJ, same thing. Also nice. Close a high of day. I mean, we're literally just cents away from just taking out 122. So GDXJ, nice confirmation. SIL, very nice. Didn't take out yesterday's high day. Who cares? Literally close at high of day, maybe even more after hours. How much of a percentage move is that just to get to, doesn't matter if NFP is good, up we go. SIL can easily do that tomorrow. Nice Friday close. Imagine above 90 SIL. Then you've just got this little 5% move to get to the absolute record high, which would go very well for a move to sort of 4,600 while silver goes to the 80s. It's gonna happen. It's like everything is aligned. It's all been aligned for a year plus, but this is now ready for the sort of gold to new all-time highs, the silver to the mid 80s and 90s, and the silver miners back to outperforming. SILJ, everyone's favorite probably. Great candles. Okay, we didn't take out yesterday's high. They don't care. A nice little move. How much is that? I mean, if silver and gold go up tomorrow, I'm sure SILJ can muster 3%. Up we close above 30, preferably above 30, 50, just to be sure. And then boom, next week, pick your number. So I'm loving the miners. I prefer these days than the ones we've had recently, obviously. But even to those days where, like this day here, right? This Monday, the 5th of January, I think it's the first trading day of the year, was it? No, no, that's Friday. But anyway, I think that was a big update in the metals, and then here we are giving back so much. So even this green candle was sort of You could lump it in with these other ones, just sort of underperforming, a bit demoralizing, even if you make money. But here today, I mean, I'm up in the minors, but I'm up, and it's a red day in well, in Silj and in some of the metals. So well, in silver. So even though silver and Silj are down, it's an up day, but it's better than one of those up days where you make quite a bit of money because the candle, the relative performance and what it means for the next sort of couple of trading days. It's going to be beautiful. I really think so. And I don't think NFP is going to ruin it, even if it's a red day. I think we've sort of been shown what the near-term future is going to look like. So I'm looking very much forward to next week, especially. Portfolio, Newmont, very nice, very nice, close to high of day. Just going to follow GDX trajectory. I think if gold goes up tomorrow, it looks very good. Barrick Gold, even better. Same story. Up we go to 50. Where's that? 50 is a level, isn't it? Yes, it is. Boom. Can it be done tomorrow? Yeah, doesn't matter. Otherwise, it's done next week. Can we hit this sort of 56 all-time record high? Obviously, we will and take it out when gold rises 16%. Maybe next week, maybe if it's a crazy week, and it might be. But I like Barrick, Agnico. Whoops. Agnico. All right, change the keyboard. Very nice. Oh yeah, that was green today. That stood out. Very nice. And it's been underperforming like a little bit, chilling down here. Wow, what that was a nice buy, wasn't it? I didn't buy it, but I didn't sell it. But that was nice support again. Tag. Look how credible that one will be for the next time it hits. And it might never hit again. But above this little area, basically testing record highs again, that will be wonderful confirmation. Like Agnico breaks out to new record highs, hasn't done that in a long time. That'll go very well with gold slicing through 4,560 and GDX hitting new highs. So that really, actually, that's great confirmation, I think, for me. Pan American Silver. Nice, close a high of day, down on the day, but basically unchanged. That looks set to test its all highs tomorrow if we have a green number. Wheaton, same thing, new highs tomorrow, or at least to test. Franco Nevada, Monster, another one, just like Agnico, same chart pattern. I was always talking about them two together and did the same thing today. It massively outperformed. Closed a high of day like everything else. Closed at record high. Perfect. Best close ever, 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 by the way. Same chart pattern as Agnico and also outperformed just like Agnico. So that's really cool to see, actually. Yeah, Franco Nevada, one of the best royalties. So that and Agnico making new highs tomorrow will probably push up the GDX. Also, this looks wonderful, actually, the more I look at it. Metalla had an amazing move yesterday, especially compared to the rest. Held onto the gains a bit today. Tomorrow should test the old 52-week high, if you know what I mean. Up here, 860. They're good. They're really starting up, paint a nice picture. Like they match GDX, they actually outperform. That's why I'm in them. They're supposed to follow GDX but do better. And they are doing it. Right, I am gold. Nice. That was a bit weak down here, a bit like the usual GDX. Looks good. You can see this is obviously a level, right? Obviously, next level up here, obviously 18 bucks. Close above 18 and off we go to, I'm not even sure which number. 5% move. Quite a few of them have 5% move in them before hitting a level. Then it's straight through 20. Boom, boom, boom. Ultimately 24. Wow, I am gold. Every time I zoom out, I just pause and want to make a speech, but I'm not going to do it. Equinox, very nice. Best close in a while. That's very easy to take out 15. A good NFP, and we close at new record all-time highs. B2 Gold, my least favorite of them all. Get rid of that. That can go and test 480 tomorrow, where I should trim, but I really think we're going to keep going up in gold. I think ultimately you can see, feel the weakness, but ultimately this will be dragged up because we're going to go higher. So I will still refrain from trimming at 479 against my better judgment. Harmony, ultimately this one makes new highs with gold. That's okay. It came down a bit more than the others, but nice candle today. Before I forget, Aris Mining, this one yesterday, but like Metalla. Yeah, it's like Aris Mining and Metalla did what Agnico and Franco did today, just massive outperformance with a great close. And even better, well, not even better, like much smaller. percentage move up, but another new all-time record close if you ignore all this weirdness before, of course. Next up is 1850, but it's a weird looking chart, so I'm not trimming this one. I'm just holding. This has done a miraculous job. You see, I want to zoom out and give a speech. I'm not going to do it. They've all done miraculous jobs. So this one looks really set, maybe more than the others, to just keep going and making new all-time highs. SPSW, not a bit of a palladium platinum one. I didn't even look at palladium platinum today. What do they do? Up. Okay, they basically followed the other metals. This one, well, it moves a lot, so it could even test 16 something tomorrow. I guess that depends on how much of percentage. Yeah, 5-6% is easily doable for SPSW. This one's on a March to 20, and it's like a magnet. It's just gonna go up. Like palladium, platinum, especially palladium. I'm in palladium. Out of all the metals, I'm also in palladium. I just think this one's just like big retracement. Wow, look at that ascending bounce. Just a bit like gold, right? If you think about it, it's a little move up there, and then boom, another squeeze. That alone, if we get here, like SPSW will be trading above 20. Then what happens here? Then what happens there? I'm probably in the short SPSW by then or something. Okay, so now we're gonna look at the silver miners, AG. Wonderful. That was a wonderful candle, but then destroyed by silver. But back we come. Back we come tomorrow. Definitely contest this old 1870 high. Actually, this can be the resistance now. Um, yeah, if it's a good number, I mean, I don't even know. I don't even care if it's a good number. Does it mean just watch what happens to the markets, right? Don't try and understand what the number means and all this. Like, what's the and you'll get the usual stuff. Like, number comes out, whichever way it moves, it'll move the opposite way 5 minutes later, and all that matters is the close. And actually, whenever you have these big numbers, inflation, NFP, and all that, I always care more about the day after, the close the day after, and the day after would be Monday. So I'm actually more interested in Monday's close than tomorrow's close. But anyway, I just think we go up, and I think if we go up, AG goes above 19, and if we take out 19, then we're into a gap zone, and then you might as well go and close the gap, which is roughly 2050-ish, whatever this is. And after that, first of all, we're in the 20s. That's some psychological motivation. And then you got this descending. I think that's something. So just before you hit 24, which is an obvious level from, from here, you can see that. So obviously this level, but this first, because of this. And this, of course. But anyway, once we're up there, we're up like 20% just to get there. So we'll talk about that another day. But I think we're going to venture into the gap. Up CDE, another one which has outperformed today. Like this one had trouble piercing this obvious level, like 1970 or whatever you want to call it. Just clearly a level. We closed again at high day. I mean, we should go through, but why did we not go through last time? Because silver dropped like 7% or something, but then bounced. And this was a day yesterday when the miners outperformed. And now it just looks inevitable. Absolutely. 2050 move tomorrow. As if the metals and the miners react to the NFP number favorably, 5% is tremendously easy. So I would almost say 21. I hope we close above 2060, but who cares what I hope? I think it's going to happen. And then if we do, straight on to 2350 as we run to $100 silver. And then if we close above 2350, then you can start, changing the narrative. Like, oh, the was it New Gold merger it was NGD, right? It was so good. Like the chart will validate the new narrative. Up we go, up we go. Next, Heckler, which really went wild on this day, and then taken back. But look at that candle yesterday on a metals drop day. Wonderful. Today, close a high day. It would have been better if we closed above, but the silver ones didn't. Remember what silver did though, right? That was not the gold candle. Gold was the one that closed green. So again, not bad. These three candles are wonderful. And I think tomorrow we go test, obviously that's the level. We go test this little 2240. I'd love to close above it. Is that doable? 6%. Yes, it is. This is the kind of stock that can do 6% on a big day. EXK, that I think it moved up. Yeah, same candle came down. underperformed today. It was down like 3% compared to the others, but whatever, changes nothing. Maybe it's half a day behind the others. So 1050, 1060, let's close above that. That equals that. Wow, what an obvious level. Jesus. Of course, it's going to stop there. Next one is this. Very obvious to me. Boom, boom, boom. I trust my lines. And that's it. Now, I should look at the juniors, and I usually do when I say that, but I won't today because they were just sideways, and I think it's the same story. And anyway, you can paint an easier picture and foresee the future a bit better with the sort of mid tiers and the seniors. So let's see what happens tomorrow. I love what I'm seeing with the relative performance. I think the silver candles are constructive. The support that it hit, that's nice. Like at the low of day today, it's like Jesus, are we going to go back down to the low 70s? But that great bounce. Basically, the way I would conclude is gold is going to lead the way. It'll drag silver back up. Not that it needs much dragging, but it'll just push silver back up to look bullish, back above 80 or close above 80. I don't think we're going to really go to 82, 84. Just a close above 80 is definitely more than enough. And then next week, gold will break out, right? So I don't know if gold's going to really break out and close above here, but it's going to test. It's going to close like 4,500 and something. But next week's the week where we punch through new all-time high closes. Silver starts to test 84, like on Monday or something. You know how crazy this one gets. Close above that, like a new all-time high close, and then off we go like the day after, I don't know, Tuesday, Wednesday. Meanwhile, what do the miners do? Well, they're the first to make new all-time highs. Like tomorrow, that'll be a new all-time high. And it's not just GDX, GDXJ and all that, but it's even SILJ. So I think all the miners tomorrow, I'm so biased. All the miners tomorrow close at new all-time highs, except I said SIL, which has like another 5% to do. But you know what I mean? The miners make new all-time high 52-week closes. Gold and silver are just ready underneath their little all-time high rooftops. And then next week we smash through. Basically, up we go. I like today. I don't know about you guys, but a day where we outperform seriously is better than some green days where you sort of underperform even though you make more money. Cool. Let's see what happens tomorrow.